And we are back here on 92.5 The Bear, Merced's New Rock. In case you guys aren't familiar with the show, it's The Garage every Sunday night, 6 to 7. And we're going over our top 5 songs that define the 80s for us. Craig, what was your number 2 pick?
My number 2 pick is a track called Stop Me If You Think You've Heard This One Before by The Smiths.
Oh, yeah.
What can I say about The Smiths and Morrissey? I mean, you're either a fan or you're not.
Yeah, we were just talking about them the other day.
Yeah.
Going over some of the stuff that we were, when I told you about the 80s idea, and The Smiths, definitely one of the first ones that pops up.
I mean,
in anybody's book, I would think.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I said, this was so tough for me to narrow it down to just 5 tracks, and I kept going back and scribbling out this one or that one, and there was so much more that I wanted to include.
Oh, yeah.
But since this show's only an hour, I had to really try my best to narrow it down to like 5 definitive tracks.
Definitely.
That define the 80s for me. That was the assignment, right?
I know, and it's kind of it's hard to do it, but I think it's fun too, because it also makes you kind of like filter it out. Like, okay, yeah, I like that song, but maybe it wasn't as impactful as this one.
Yeah, definitely. I had to really stop and think about, okay, how did this song change my life?
Right.
How did it change my perception of modern music? And so, The Smiths, Stop Me If You Think You've Heard This One Before, off of their final studio album, Strange Ways, Here We Come. They would actually break up shortly after the release of that record. And
they still are broken up. They've tried lots of promoters, even Coachella's throwing piles of money, seven-figure amounts I've heard, and they've just flat out refused it.
They just won't do it. Well, Morrissey's still touring, doing his own thing.
Yeah, I heard there's some kind of bad blood with him and Johnny that's really, they just kind of can't click anymore. And
Yeah, I would imagine.
So anyway, let's get back to the old Smiths right now on 92.5 The Bear. 92.5 The Bear with some Smiths. Stop me if you think you've heard this one before. Great track there, Craig. That was your number 2 pick, right?
Thanks, man. Yeah. Number 2.
So we're going down the list here. Top 5 songs that define the 80s for us. Me and Craig both have our own top 5. My number 2 pick was the Talking Heads, Once in a Lifetime.
Nice.
And it was mainly because of the MTV video that kind of went along with that.
Yeah.
It's kind of just forever burned in my mind.
Oh, yeah,
like
definitely.
that one in the Dire Straits, Money for Nothing.
Yeah.
Those two songs. Back
when MTV still played music videos.
Yeah, what a concept, right?
Music television.
Yeah, and of course the Talking Heads, one of the major groups of the new wave era that was coming into play, playing with all kinds of people, from Frank Zappa's ex-band members to all kinds of people, just from King Crimson, and really just running the gamut in terms of grabbing different players of different styles. And they had a sound all their own that was very specifically New York, and they all went to music school, art school, so they all kind of had this very
quirky quality about them.
Artsy approach to it, and really always they've stuck out in my mind as just one of the awesome bands that I never got a chance to see.
Yeah,
and
me neither.
There's still some rumors though floating around. I mean, I did get a chance to see David Byrne at the Greek Theater a couple years ago, and he puts on a great show. He does a lot of the hits and everything, but it's just not quite the same as seeing the original lineup.
I would love to see the original Talking Heads. I mean, that Stop Making Sense live concert video that they did back in the late 80s, I think it was. Amazing.
If you guys haven't seen that video, you definitely need to, because if you think you've heard Talking Heads here and there, heard a track or two, you need to see that video. Sit down, they'll become your new favorite band.
Absolutely.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, good track. Good choice, Chris.
Let's get to it. Talking Heads, Once in a Lifetime on The Bear.
And you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife. And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. And you may ask yourself, how do I work this? And you may ask yourself, where is that large automobile? And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. 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 Water dissolving and water removing. There is water at the bottom of the ocean. Under the water, carry the water. Remove the water at the bottom of the ocean. Water dissolving and water removing. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again, into the silent water, under the rocks and stones. There is water underground. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground
92.5 The Bear, Merced's New Rock. That was the Talking Heads right there. Once in a Lifetime. Chris inside the studios with Craig.
What's up?
And we are going down our top 5 songs that define the 80s for us. Very hard to narrow it down, but we're finally making our way to the number 1 spot for both of us. Craig, you first. What was your number 1 track?
Me first. Okay. Well, like you said, this was incredibly tough. I mean, I spent actually a few days trying to narrow it down to a list of just 5 songs.
I did too.
You know, but I gotta say, man, I'm a punk rocker at heart, and so I wanted to make sure that my number 1 track was a punk rock song, man. And so I decided on the song Bikeage by the Descendents.
Great track.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, 1982, really early Southern California skate punk. Some call them hardcore. Some call them pop punk. The thing about the Descendents is they kind of were the first band to be really heavy, but then at the same time, on the very next track on the album, they'd be really poppy and really almost kind of radio friendly.
Like a Face to Face or something.
Yeah, I mean, they were like the definitive band. They kind of influenced all of those bands. I mean, Face to Face, Bad Religion, all that stuff, man. I mean, the Descendents were pretty much it as far as West Coast, punk back in the early 80s, man. And
definitely. I remember seeing them on some skate videos when I first started skating in the early 90s, and Descendants were like the godfathers of especially the LA area. Them and like Bad Religion, I would say, or Pennywise maybe too, but just that whole Southern California punk scene. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, Huntington Beach, all that stuff. It's a great track. I find it really interesting that the singer Milo actually took a break after this record to go to school to study biology.
Right.
He got a PhD in biochemistry. So, I mean, that's amazing, and then 3 years later, he comes back to the band and they put out another record and they just, you know what I mean?
How cool is that?
Yeah, who says punkers are dumb, you know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah.
Most of them are smart.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. All right, so great track pick here from Craig. Descendants, what's the track?
Bikeage.
All right, 92.5 The Bear. .5 The Bear, Merced's New Rock. That was the Descendants right there with Bikeage. Great number 1 track there, Craig.
Thank you, man. Thanks.
And that was finishing up your top 5 songs that define the 80s for you as well. Why don't we go down that list real quick? Name off the 5 songs that you did.
My 5? Okay. At number 5, I had Death or Glory by The Clash. Number 4, I had Where Is My Mind by The Pixies. Number 3 was Bastards of Young by The Replacements. Number 4 was Stop Me If You Think You've Heard This One Before by The Smiths, and that last track was Bikeage by Descendents.
All right, so my top 5 tracks as well, starting off with number 5 for me was Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. Number 4 was Beastie Boys with New Style. Number 3 for me was The Clash with Guns of Brixton. Number 2 was The Talking Heads with Once in a Lifetime. And the number 1 track for me that defined the 80s looking back, and I can't not have the Dead Kennedys in my list, and
Nice.
I definitely put them at the top. I thought Holiday in Cambodia was one of the more influential tracks, just because later on it was in video games, skate videos. Still to this day, people know that track from the Dead Kennedys, even if they don't know who they are or anything about them.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Like I said, man, punk rock changed my life, and it's interesting that you picked that song because...
Yeah, we both picked punk tracks as our most influential things of the 80s.
Well, what's really interesting is that was the first Dead Kennedys song I ever heard on a mixtape that a friend of mine made me way back when. And yeah, man, I mean, Jello Biafra and the whole nine. It's
he's one of my personal heroes. He ran for mayor of San Francisco in '76 as a joke, and actually came in 6th place out of like 15 honest contestants.
Yeah, he probably could have done a probably as good a job, if not better, you know.
And so he's always kind of been that way. The band kind of represents that whole satire and just like humor that they have on political issues, but at the same time being very poignant, to the point, and sharp at what they do. So here it is, my number 1 track, Dead Kennedys, Holiday in Cambodia on 92.5 The Bear.
Stereo, but I can bet you know how
92.5 The Bear with some Dead Kennedys and Holiday in Cambodia. And that is finishing up our top 5 songs that define the 80s for us. Craig inside the studio with me.
How's it going?
And, well, it's going good, man. We just finished up our first show ever of The Garage. Every Sunday night right here on The Bear, guys. You guys can tune in and be involved as well. We're going to be...
check it out.
We're going to have it on our Bears official Facebook page. If you guys aren't friends with us, add us to your friends. Facebook.com/TheBearRocks, all one word, .Merced. Add us to your friends. Stay in touch, because every week we're going to let you guys know what our new show topic is. We haven't thought of our new show topic yet, right?
Yeah, no, not yet.
But it's always something. It's always going to be something off the top of our heads, and we want you guys to be involved in this process as well. Hit us up on the Bears Facebook page with any of your top 5 ideas, show ideas, songs that you would like to hear played. We're open to all that stuff, right?
Definitely, man. Yeah, I'm more than open to suggestions.
Exactly. So we want your guys' input as well. We want this to be your show where you can feel like you're coming into our garage, hanging out with us, and hearing some music that you may not hear every day. So, great show, Craig.
Thanks, man. Yeah, a lot of fun.
And you guys are going to be able to tune into this every week right here on 92.5 The Bear. Let us know what you think, of course, on our official Facebook, as well as 92.5thebear.com. Have a good rest of the night, guys.
Peace out.